Well, I don't have no idea how I've done it, but I have made it 1 year since my surgery. I had the surgery back on May 9th of 2014, as I say in every single video, and this is the 1 year mark. And it's been pretty wild. So to date, right now, my weight is 252 pounds. I keep going up and down on average around 3 pounds a day. No reason for it, just like normal, like everything else there, it happens. There's no rhyme or reason why I gain or lose weight there, but I've been really stuck in a rut trying to get past the 250 mark. Hopefully I'm not stuck. Hopefully this is not my set weight, because my goal is to get down to 220 pounds. It's another 30 pounds. But to date, I have lost 113 pounds since the surgery, and 148 pounds since I started losing weight entirely. I used to be 400.5 pounds. Now I'm down to 252 pounds. So pretty cool. Life has definitely changed for me over the course of the entire year. I've gone through from size 48-inch jeans down to 38s. So I've lost 10 inches totally off my waist. Um, it's pretty cool to be able to go and buy clothes in the store again. That's my favorite thing to do now. I get to actually, I need to go out and buy new shirts. I have, most of my shirts are now too big. I have a whole stash of 2XL shirts, and they're just too ridiculous looking. I need to get some proper extra large shirts, since that's currently my size right now. Let's see. So I basically got my hands on some editing software, and what you're looking at right now is just basically some quick pictures of how things have changed from the first video I made starting at 3 months all the way ending to 9 months to now. And you can kind of see slowly shrinking in, clothes changing a little bit, because they used to be a little baggier at first, and now that they're coming down and coming in, you can see my face sucking in too, which is outstanding. So the face is always the last thing to go, and even my mom, about 2 weeks ago, just off the cuff, I was visiting her, she stated that, hey, your face looks like it's finally coming in. It's like, yeah, I know. That's what I've been waiting for, because everything else is starting to come in, but the face always goes last for me. So it's finally starting to come in. I'm not getting the huge double neck as I used to. It's still there, but it's nowhere near as bad as what it used to be. I mean, about, I think it was 2, 3 weeks ago, I put up a picture of my driver's license photo that I had taken right before surgery, because I had to get myself a new driver's license before I had the surgery done. And I put up a picture of what I look like now. I took it from my cell phone, and it's just a huge difference. I've even gotten a couple odd looks, because when I go to buy beer for cooking, for like putting in chili and other things there, um, in Pennsylvania, they do go through and check your driver's license. And I've gotten quite a couple odd looks from people, like looking at the picture going, not sure, but it looks like you've lost some weight. I'm like, yeah, I have. Thank you for noticing there. I need to get a new picture definitely for that. Um, so it's been a wild ride. I've had a lot of fun with it. There's been high moments and low moments. Definitely the thing that I'm really kind of happy about, I finally did it. One of my weight loss goals was to get myself an office chair, such as I'm currently sitting in right now. And I told myself, because when you're 400 pounds, you can't fit in most chairs. Not just like the wide girth size, but a lot of chairs just won't really support you. So for the longest time, I was sitting on a hard-ass wooden kitchen chair, and then I was sitting on this old chair that from my great-grandmother's used to have there, and I had it there for a long time. That was the chair that I was constantly always sitting in all my videos. And I told myself that when I got down to my weight loss, when I got down to around 250, actually it's supposed to be under 300, but I weighed a little bit longer. But I thought when I was getting around close to 250, I'm just going to buy myself a new office chair, because I really want the support. And it's something that, it's a personal victory that I can sit in a chair like this again. So I went and finally said, okay, today's the day. I have the money. Got to go get my chair. I'm all hyped up. I go, and the most comfortable chair that I buy is one that would have supported my weight at 350 pounds. Irony in action. So I gotta say though, it's a comfortable chair. I'm happy with it. I can swivel around. I can say, hey, look, there's my Kabuto in there in the back. I can swivel all the way around. Yay. I'm easily entertained. What can I say? I live a simple life. Meeting goals. Still trying to get down to 220 pounds. It's been frustrating because for like the past 3 months, I have barely lost anything. I found that with my weight loss, I have to take in like 100 grams of protein a day, just about, which is a pretty absurd amount for a person who's had weight loss surgery. So I am pretty careful when I'm eating, making sure to eat very high protein like always, but now I'm even more focused on it. I've also started eating special energy bars, which are low in calories, carbs, and sugar, but high on protein. Trying to remember the name of the one that I'm eating currently right now, but it's like 20 grams of protein for a small little bar like this and like 180 calories, I want to say. So I have those as my snack to help supplement my protein intake. Because I found that if I don't get at least 80 grams of protein, I tend not to lose weight. And that's kind of the reason why I was stalling out for so long. So I'm exercising still, hitting the treadmill. Lifting weights, it's kind of hard to tell with my body, even though, you know, the way it is right now, I still have the loose skin aspect. It's not nearly as bad as what it used to be. I mean, it's like when I hold out my arm just relaxed like this, it's not too bad, but when I flex up a little bit, it's even less. So it's really coming in. Now, to quote The Critic, one of my favorite animated shows of all time, best great humor. If you haven't seen it, please track it down and watch it. I'm about to take off my shirt. A feeling of mild nausea is normal. Now, I'm not going to take off my entire shirt, but I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to show you my stomach skin. So you have been warned. My stomach skin has actually come in quite a lot. This right here, this is all just skin. And you can see a lovely scar, one of the many scars I have from the operation all over the torso. But yeah, this is just nothing but skin right now, right here on both sides. And it's actually coming, believe it or not, this used to be a hell of a lot worse. I mean, this was like even further down, but it's starting to finally suck itself back in. So that's starting to work up. And my pecs, the camera's gone out of focus there. I'll just say my pectoral muscles are up here and nipples and everything else are down here. So yeah, probably next year, sit back and focus here. Next year, probably going to start, maybe even probably after that, because I have goals for next year. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. I'm definitely going to be getting skin loss, skin reduction surgery, because it's part of kind of completing the entire process. There's still times where I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm not making a whole lot of progress, but it's just like my skin is kind of hanging down. It still makes me kind of look a little bit bulkier than I actually am. Because I know underneath all the skin here that's kind of puffing me out, I'm a lot thinner. So it's just kind of the mental boost to it, which is why people get plastic surgery to begin with. But I mean, if you have excess skin, might as well get rid of it. So normally you wait about 2 to 3 years after your weight loss surgery, and I'm not going to be any different. I'm going to wait the entire time because I know I'm still going out. I could still drop another 30 pounds or even more over the course of the next year. So I'm going to wait on for that. I mentioned I have a goal for next year that I want to meet, and I'm actually training for it right now because it's one of my items on my so-called bucket list. Basically, one of the goals I really want to do and make there, for next year is I want to climb Mount Fuji. That's been one of my personal goals, is that I want to get to the top. I want to go to Japan and I want to climb Mount Fuji. I never got the chance to do so. And when I almost died last year, leading up to last year, 2013, I was getting the words that I was going to be dead. I thought that was never going to happen. So now that my health has improved, I am walking on the treadmill about 2 miles, and I'm making sure it's on an incline at a pretty decent pace. I am doing the weight training, and it's my goal to go and climb up to the top. My parents did it back in the 70s when they were stationed in Japan, Yokota. And one of the pictures my mom actually has on her bed frame, in her bedroom, is a picture of her and my dad in the 70s. It's kind of funny because my dad was really skinny back then. He's skinny now because he had the operation too, but he was like really skinny back then. He had hair before the whole Williams genetic kicked in and made us lose it all. And they climbed up Mount Fuji, and she has that. She had such a fun experience with it. She has that in her bedroom as a mounted picture. So my goal is to go and take a picture from the same spot, because I know from what I've seen online, all the shops are still there. Take a picture, climb up myself, and just have the time of my life. I want to be able to do something like that again. So I'm training up for it, and that is going to be one of my life goals to do. So I'm going to be doing that next year. I'm going to hope for, hopefully next summer is what I'm shooting for, because it's going to take time to save up money to go, and I need to train myself even more, because there is a possibility, and I'm starting to see it a little bit, where I could relapse. Every spring and fall, I tend to have a really bad flare-up with my fibro and other issues I have. So back in April and late March, mid-April, I flared up pretty bad. I got the sensation of like I had knives sticking out of my legs again. It hurt to move on a lot of days, but I still got my ass up, and it still did my walking for what I could do. I wasn't able to do like a full mile at that point, but I was like doing half a mile, just getting up and still staying active. But it kind of scared me, because I was thinking I've made all these great gains and gotten my life back, and then all of a sudden here they were slipping away again. So I've gotten better. It's now, May 9th, as I stated earlier. I've gotten better for it, but I just want to make sure that I don't miss out my opportunity. I don't want to have a relapse or have it flare up again for many years, like last time, like 6 years, where I was pretty much, oh shit, it's even longer than that. It was like 7 years where I couldn't do anything, where I was pretty much disabled. So I need to get my ass out of there and get the things done that I want to do, meet the people I want to meet, and move on with my life. And this surgery has let me do that. So if you know somebody who is thinking about getting weight loss surgery, show them my video, whatever, send them my way on Facebook, have them ask me questions. I fully endorse it. Back on my very first video, I was very leery at the time, because it was like 3 months out from it, and I was still trying to adjust everything. I was kind of bitter about what happened to my experience, but yeah, this is the best thing I have ever done in my entire life. It has completely changed everything for my outlook on life and what I can do. Eating is still screwed up. I still have to fight with that, but I'm still making too much food. But I wouldn't change anything in the world. So it's been 1 year. I'll be making more of these videos occasionally as I feel like it. And I'm happy that I'm living my life finally. Talk to you guys later.